Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from SweetStamper.com, and I'm super happy to share with you a sneak peek project, and it is with the products that will go live tomorrow, which is July the 1st. How can it already be July the 1st tomorrow? Crazy how the calendar is just ticking by so quickly. Hi, Beverly and Jackie. I'm glad you're here with me today. So it is my weekly simple and stepped up broadcast. So for those of you who are new here, I broadcast twice weekly on Facebook Live on Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday is Teach Me Tuesday. And then Thursday we do simple and stepped up stamping. So Corinne, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for sharing. And yes, happy Thursday to you too. We are enjoying a little bit of a reprieve from the 100-degree temperatures. I think it's the most 100-degree temperatures on record in May that Texas has ever had, well, than San Antonio has ever had. And so we're enjoying a little tiny bit of a reprieve from such oppressive heat. But on to happier thoughts today. So if you are joining me live, I love for you to say hello. And if you're joining me in the replay here on Facebook, I love for you to also just comment, say hello. That way I know that you're catching the replay. And if you are joining us for the recording on YouTube, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up and comment and subscribe. All of those things help me tremendously to just continue to share the joy of stamping. And I appreciate your support of my small business. You just being here helps to support me. So, of course, if you are purchasing, if you're joining my team, there's other levels of support, but I'm grateful for every single level of support. Okay. Let's get on to our project today. I chose Splendid Thoughts. This is actually a great stamp set for simple stamping. And I'm still on the June hashtag Simple Stamping Challenge from Stampin Up, which is Stamps Ink paper, designer series paper, and the theme is thank you. So there's not a thank you message here, so I am going to bring in what I brought in last week, and that is go-to greetings. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. So this is in our annual catalog, $24 stamp set. I think should be in everybody's crafty stash. Four great fonts with 3 greetings these are the cards that we send out more than anything else. So that is why I'm bringing it in today. And just wanted to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, I've kind of turned down a little bit of my studio lights because I have some gorgeous, gorgeous specialty paper to show you, but I don't want to blind you with it. Oh, you know what? Before I do the paper, let me show you. There is a set of dies with this. The dies are gorgeous. Now, these dies cut out some of the stamps. Where did my stamp set go? Wow, I'm already misplacing things, and I haven't even started stamping yet. Ay. Oh, the stamp set's right here. Duh. So these two actually cut out the stamping that you have done here. So this cuts out here, and this cuts out here. And, these fill in here. This fills in here. Then there's also just some fun branches that are really pretty, and there's also a cutout for the little bee. Isn't that cute? So, yeah, it cuts out the bee. I won't belabor that point. This is kind of a fun tag. So you can use this as a plant pot. You can also use it to be a tag. So lots of different ways to use this. A lot of people are using it as a plant pot. Okay, so let me get onto the paper because this is that actual suite. So this is the bundle that comes with the suite. I'm actually just going to be using the stamps today. I'm not going to be using the dies, although the dies are fabulous. The paper is off the charts gorgeous. So it is a really soft color palette. but it is just drop dead gorgeous. So one side is this very coppery foil, and the other side is Calypso Coral. Let me just go through them one by one because I think they are just so pretty. This is soft sea foam, and this is one of those pieces that you can cut down the middle, and then you can have either 3 or 4 panels across here to use on your cards. The flip side of this is also soft sea foam, and it's just what we used to call icy colors, you know, when it has a whole lot of white and just a drop of that pale, super pale green. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Then we have, this is probably my favorite piece in here, Fresh Freesia. Just gorgeous. And these are foiled, almost like a mirror finish. And then look at that counterpart with that pale, pale Fresh Freesia. Just beautiful. And I'm hoping that the light is not totally bleaching this out. This is the paper I'm using today. This is a piece of soft sea foam. The flip side of this is Pool Party. And isn't it gorgeous? I mean, these are all just leafy images, which just go with so many things. Not flowers, all leaves. This piece is Sahara Sand. And then here is the flip side, is almost, it looks like a canvas, just like a textured canvas. And then I think this is last but not least. And again, we have kind of a copper, well, this is more of a rose gold. And again, you would cut your paper here, and then you would have these panels with these gorgeous embossed white branches. Yes, it is very, very shiny, Corinne. It's really more like a mirror finish than some of our other foil papers. And then the flip side is this lovely, this is really kind of, I think it's just Calypso Coral and then a paler version of Calypso Coral. So that's the paper. And then let me show you 2 more elements of the suite, and then I'm going to stamp. So this ribbon I'm going to use on my stepped up card today. It's a sheer ribbon, and it is soft sea foam. Really nice to tie with. It's just a little bit shiny, almost like an organza. In fact, what do they call it? Seam binding. So it does tie like seam binding, but it has a little bit more body than our white seam binding. And then last but not least, and this is a new package because I've already gone through 2 because I made some swaps with this. Love, love, love these open leaf trinkets. So these are kind of a copper, kind of a rose gold. They go with both. They're quite flat, really nice little elements. So I'm going to step up with some of these today, some of these embellishments. Okay, let me move my paper out of the way, clear my decks here, and let's stamp with Splendid Thoughts. So I am going to do side by side. Always have my bone folder not over here because I use it and I don't put it back. Okay, so these are top fold cards. This is just a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I have scored it at 5.5, cut it at 4 1/4, and that gives me 2 card bases like this. Now, people often ask, you know, when you've scored your card like this, how do you know where to fold it? And this is where the bump is, and I want to say hide the worm. So if I think of that as a worm, I'm going to hide it. That's always stuck with me. Somebody taught me that years ago, and that has always really stuck with me on how to remember where to fold your card to get the nicest, sharpest crease. Now I'm going to use 2 colors today. I'm going to use soft sea foam, and I'm also going to use Mossy Meadow, which is the darker counterpart for soft sea foam. And I'm going super, super simple because this is my simple stamping. And I'm going to take pieces of 4 by 3 basic white, and I am going to, where's my stamps? Here we go. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky because these are cling mount red rubber stamps, and I'm going to do a fill in. So let's just live dangerously. I would ideally probably do this on a Stamparatus, which is actually a great tool for new stampers. But yeah, this is what I've got today. So here we go. So here is my outline image, and it looks like this needs to be inked up again, but let's hope. Let me see if I've got enough ink to go with that today. I think I do. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's coming out nicely. So just what we call a line art image. The nice thing about that is I can use the fill-in stamp. I could come back and do some watercoloring. Now, if I were going to watercolor, I would want to ink this up with StazOn ink, which is a water-resistant ink, but, you know, we can get into that another time. But you could fill this in with watercolor pencils, all kinds of pretty things. So I want to stamp my bumblebee. You know, let's bring in the black. That needs to have black. I was going to try to just keep it to those two ink colors, but you know, black is a basic color and we're just going to need to do that. Okay, so let's ink up our little bumblebee. Bring him into our little garden. And that's nice because he also has a little bit of contrast to all the greenery that I'm going to have here. And you know what? Maybe I'm going to also use that for my greeting. Now, I had originally thought I would do Let's Celebrate, and then I remembered that the challenge is for a thank you. So let's bring in a thank you. I think it'll fit from Go to Greetings. That's going to be too big. Let's pull another one out. I wanted to keep my measurements really simple today because this is my simple stamping broadcast. And what I love about simple stamping is it's super approachable for our brand new stampers, but it's also, you know, I'm an avid stamper. I stamp almost every day. I do love this. I've developed a business for this. And, but I think I still love, well, I don't think, I know that I still love, oh, I don't think this is supposed to go in here. That goes to a different stamp set. Hey, Terry Lynn from St. Louis. I'm glad you've joined us today. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, there is oh, the hello does go in there. Okay. Interesting. I just now noticed that. Because hello is only in the one font. Okay. Well, live and learn. I'm going to grab that little thank you, which is the same one I used last time. And it is here. I actually thought I'd misplaced this stamp, so I'm really glad to know that I didn't. Let's go ahead and use the black. And let's put our little thank you right down here. And we're going to experiment a little bit with some more stamping. So I may end up popping that up on a different little piece of paper. We'll see how we get on. Okay. Now I don't need that anymore and am going to need this soft seafoam. So let's live dangerously here. And let's see if we can get this to line up. I think that quite honestly, you know, let's try it on the scrap paper before we do that. Let's just try it on the scrap before we commit. Because I've made like 2 cards with this so far, couldn't lay my hand to either one. Let's see. And I only used the open image and I used the dies. Oh, I just did the wrong. You know, I think it's supposed to be kind of a free form. Okay, I think it's going to be like a shadow. That's the way we're going to do it. So let's go ahead and clean this because I accidentally put it in the Mossy Meadow. And I'm wanting to go with soft seafoam. So let's try this again. And just, I like that. I like it. Just kind of a free form. Yeah, it's not supposed to line up. I wonder if it lines up with the dies. That's an interesting thought. Let's see. No, I think it's a free form. Okay. And I would show you the catalog samples, but I can't show you the catalog. I can do that tomorrow. So, okay, let's see how we're going to get on here. Very nice. Now what I could do is let's take it, let's stamp off, and let's do one more and just kind of fill in that space a little bit. I like that better. Yeah, I like it better. To fill in a little bit more, I'm thinking it's kind of pretty. And let's see what we're going to get on. Now, let's see what we can do to make this all come alive. I know. I wanted to take this same soft seafoam color, and I'm going to random stamp this other branch. Where'd it go? Here we go. This is kind of I think it's a eucalyptus, and I thought that we could do this like so, and maybe have a couple of these stamped tone on tone around the edge. You know, I like to use my stamps a lot. Oh yeah, that's going to give me a nice little bit of pattern. Almost like making a little bit of a background stamp. Oh yeah, that's filling it in very nicely. See how that comes alive? Oh, Beverly, I'm glad you like that double fill in. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good way to utilize that. Okay, now do I offset or do I? Hard choice. I think I am going to bring in another little piece of paper here for this. And let's see how we're going to fill in. How are we going to color that little bumblebee? Let's grab a marker. Let's just, in keeping with the color scheme, can I give him some light green wings? This is soft seafoam. And let's see, you know what I should have done? Duh, there's a blends right here. I am going to use a tiny bit of this light Daffodil Delight on his body. And this is just my blends. Just a little bit of yellow in there. Okay. Now, I think I need something right here. So, let's do what we did on Tuesday, and let's break out. This is my color coach from Stampin' Up, and this is for the subtles, and this is mainly soft seafoam. And see, there's my Mossy Meadow. Now, they're saying I could use a little bit of Flirty Flamingo, but I'm thinking I'm going to go in with maybe Granny Apple Green. Let's see if maybe a little bit of a bright green. Let's see. Let's see how that will look for our greeting. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make just a little, we're going to make a little banner here. Or maybe it won't even be a banner. Maybe we will just kind of keep it at just a simple little strip. You know, one of the things I think I endeavor to do with simple stamping that I sometimes get away from when I'm not thinking about simplifying things is that just layering up our cardstock is such a great way to use what we have in front of us and use it wisely and efficiently. So I'm going to stamp this thank you right in the center, and that's a little bit, let's try again. That's straighter. I like that better. And let's just flag the ends. And then we're going to put this together. Does anybody have an opinion about whether I should offset this or do it straight? So here's straight. If I just mat like this, and then here's offset. So I'm, excuse me, I'm taking suggestions. So if anybody wants to weigh in, I would love to hear what you have to say. Now I'm just going to go to the center here, and then I'm going to go from corner to center. I know some of y'all are really good about giving me some ideas. Okay, Terry Lynn says straight. So we're going to keep it classic and keep it straight. Yeah, you know, I like the offset, but sometimes if you're doing a more formal design, it doesn't really work. And I do think this is a little bit more formal. And having said that, you know what I'm going to do? I don't like both ends of that being flagged. And I'm going to trim this down just a little bit because I actually got a little bit of ink right there. So I think that's going to work. Yep, there we go. Now wait till you see what's going to happen with this, and then what's going to happen when we step it up. Okay, final little things here. So let's, I'm so glad you like my videos, Terry Lynn. I love it when you're on here with me. So you know, we are friends and team members, and I love to connect. So that is going to go like so. We are going to pop this up on dimensionals. You know, one of the things when you have a little kind of a panel like this is when you pop it up on dimensionals, it gives it a little bit more presence and kind of makes it seem like a little art piece, which it is. And so this is almost like a little painting. And when I pop it up, it really gives a greater sense of that. This is just stamps, ink, and paper, people. That is it. Now, what do we think? Should we leave it like that, or should we add that? I kind of like that little pop of green. I think I need to bring this down a little bit more, but I do like that little pop of green, and I'm going to also pop that up with a dimensional. I like it. Simple, elegant. I like it. One of the things I like about kind of that simple elegance vibe is that it's just always appropriate. It just always works for seemingly any occasion and seemingly any kind of, you know, no matter what style anybody is. So let's see. Thank you. Simple, really pretty. Okay, now what I'm going to do before I put this aside and start working on our next one is I do want to bring a little bit of that eucalyptus branch to the inside of my card. So let's just do like so, and that just brings that continuity of style and color to the inside. So there we go. Now we're going to step it up and we're going to bring in some va-va-voom. Okay, so here is my card base, and now I'm going to put a couple more layers down. So the first time I used kind of just stamping as an extra layer. Now I'm going to put an extra layer of cardstock right like so. Boy, that's a tight layer. You know what? I probably need to trim that down just a wee bit. Let me bring that down just a tiny bit because it's almost too tight a layer. There we go. Just take off like 1/8 of an inch and just 1/8 of an inch. Oh, that gives me an idea. Oh, okay, here we go. That just gave Candy another idea. Okay, so this is gonna go. It's still a tight layer, but I like that better. And then we're going to put some of this gorgeous, gorgeous designer series paper. I wanted just what I call a micro layer. It's a 1/16 edge, and I like it when you want just a hint of that matte around it. Just a hint. I gotta watch my time. I try to keep my videos, you know, to about 30 minutes because I figure that's about my attention span, and it's probably some other people's too. Yikes, that's too much. Okay, I didn't do a great job on trimming these layers before I came on. So yikes, I'll have to clean my trimmer now, my mini trimmer. But you know, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do to make your card right. That is looking lovely. Now we are going to pop this here. And the only way I'm stepping this card up is with 3 elements from the suite. And that is the designer series paper, the ribbon, and the little trinkets. So I will show you what I mean. Let's see, where is my little stamped layer? And where did I put it? Ay, candy. I know I did 2 of these. I stamped 2. Here's my layer and my stamped piece. Lord have mercy. Am I going to have to stamp it all over again? Well, usually if I just kind of tidy up, that's when things appear. But it's not appearing yet. Let's see. Well, Candy's going to have egg on her face. Let's see. I can't seem to find. Where did I put it? Okay, let's start again. You know, I'll probably find it when I'm finished. It's probably underneath something. That's my typical hiding spot. Ay, Candy. Okay, I've got a lot of these 4x3 pieces in here. Let me see if one of them's stamped. No, it's not. Okay, let's start our stamping again. So much for saving time. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you know, the mini trimmers, Beverly, you're asking about this. This was actually a joining special during Celebration a couple of years ago. So it was free when you joined. And for, you know, anytime they do that, demonstrators can purchase them the month before the special comes out for recruiting. So like starting tomorrow, there is an awesome joining special where you get a gorgeous planner, a journal for free. And we can purchase it, you know, this month, because once the promotion starts, you have to be purchasing a starter kit in order to get it. So that's the story behind that. And look at there, I just found my piece. Glad you asked that question because it made me pause. Okay, now I found my stamped piece again. You were telling me where it was, because I think when I picked up the trimmer, that's when it came to light. Okay, so here's my 4x3, and I'm matting it on 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Look how pretty that designer series paper is underneath there. But wait, there's more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this gorgeous soft seafoam ribbon, and this is where we're just going to layer color on color. Soft seafoam ink, soft seafoam ribbon, soft seafoam cardstock, soft seafoam designer series paper. And this is one of the incredible things that we love about Stampin' Up. It's the product and color coordination. It's unmatched. You won't find it anywhere else. It is what, you know, it's the hallmark of Stampin' Up. And that pun is intended, you know. I mean, I haven't bought Hallmark cards in years, but it is really it's what makes Stampin' Up really stand out. Of course, there, you know, we love the artwork, we love the colors, but the color coordination and the product coordination are what really just brings it all together and helps us to craft in such a way that it's really pretty effortless, but we just, yeah, it makes our projects look amazing. I mean, I seriously can't draw a stick figure to save my life, but I can really stamp because somebody else has done all of the artwork of, you know, of doing all of the images, and then I get to just have fun and put it all together. And it is fun. You know, it doesn't take a long time, and it's just super rewarding. And I think that I think I get double blessed because it's so much fun to do this. And then when I send this to somebody, give it to somebody, oh my gosh, their response just really makes my heart sing. I'm gonna bring this over just a little bit. And you know, I like when you run the ribbon all the way around, it just gives that extra little touch of luxury when you open the card. Okay, this is gonna go right like so. And I wanted to put one of these little guys on here. Let's see if I can fit it in. How are we gonna do this? I think we're gonna put it right here, and we're gonna put that little piece of green cardstock right there, and it's gonna all come together. Although this time, I think I'm gonna use, I think it's gonna be a little bit strong because of the designer paper. I think I'm gonna bring in an extra little piece of soft seafoam. So let me grab it. I think I'm not going to flag this side because I'm wanting to put that right like so. Okay, trimmer is here. And you see I've just got my little scrap. Thank God for scraps, huh? Where would we be if we didn't have scraps? They are so helpful to us. I think that's straight. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of tuxedo black. Yeah, Corinne, you're right. It's the Granny Apple Green is a little bit too strong because of the way the designer paper has come out on there. Let's see if that's going to be, oh, big enough, just barely, but I think it's going to work. So let's see if I can cover this one up. And I kind of like the look when you hand cut something like this, because at the end of the day, this is a handmade card. It doesn't have to be all perfect with everything. I mean, I do want my lines to be pretty straight, but they don't have to be perfect. So that's going to go right like that. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I don't even need this. Maybe it's going to be too much. Let's see. Might be too much. Yeah, I think we're going to, yep, I think we're going to step it up with the paper and the ribbon. And as much as I love these little guys, I think that's going to be too much for this particular card. Sometimes less is more. And one of the things I really work at is I don't want to force like colors or particular products on something. If, you know, sometimes we go into it and we think we're going to use this, this, and this. And then when we start making it, it's like, yeah, I think I need to leave that off actually. So that is going to be popped up with the mini dimensionals. And I think it's really lovely. Now I haven't even colored him yet. So let's go back to a little bit of dark soft seafoam. Let's use the dark on his wings and bring him into focus a little bit. And I'm quite happy with that. So let me clear my decks a little bit and show you the comparison. Side by side, we have simple and we have stepped up with Splendid Thoughts. This is our new holiday catalog. And you know, I love the fact that in the holiday catalog, you get a lot of variety. So this is definitely not, you know, like, this is not for fall, it's not for Halloween, but it does give us something bright, not bright, kind of really soft and fresh and really elegant. So that is simple and stepped up. For this last Thursday in June, remember that anything you want out of the spring catalog that's on that retirement list, you got to get it today. This is the last day, and there are some incredible savings. And I hopefully tempted you on Tuesday with the cards that I made then, which I can't lay my hand on because my studio's in an uproar with all the transition of the new catalog and everything. But it's really pretty. So if you want to go and look on Tuesday, this is what I meant to come back to. You know, when you have these little thin, tiny thin pieces. So yeah, Corinne, you like the one with the DSP better? Yeah. But it's nice to know what you can do with just stamps, ink, and paper. But yeah, that DSP is pretty hard to beat, and I think the ribbon is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So I'm going to make a little cardstock ribbon and a little knot out of it. And let's see if maybe that little knot, excuse me. Jeanette was over here helping me earlier, and we were talking about we have this Saharan dust in the air right now, and it is just kind of playing with the allergy reactions. What do we think? Do we want that knot or no? Maybe we don't need it. Now I could put a little bit right like, I probably should just leave it alone is what I should do. You know, sometimes I got to keep messing with it a little bit. I could put a little piece of it down like that. No, I think I need to leave it alone. Okay, that will be for another time. Okay, simple and stepped up. Remember to grab any of your last minute purchases from the spring catalog. This is also the last day for the kits collection, buy one, get one half off. And the kits, if you have not looked at stampinup.com/kits, you should, because they run from everything from, there's a little like a notebook, memory book. There is a magnet board, kind of a home decor organizational tool. There are card kits. There are project kits. They're gorgeous. I think the most expensive one is $25 and the least expensive one is $12. And when you place your order, you put the least expensive one first and put the more expensive one second, and they will automatically give you half off the more expensive one. So it's a really sweet deal. It's a really sweet promotion going right now. So again, today is the last day. Tomorrow is the first day of the holiday catalog, fall catalog. July to December is the official name, and stay tuned because I will post tonight. I believe I'm going to come on here and do a Facebook Live tomorrow. So an extra Facebook Live just to kick off the unveiling of the new mini catalog, and I will give you my unboxing. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you tomorrow. I will probably be at the exact same time, 4 o'clock. So in the meantime, take care and God bless.